As long as you have signed up for this course, I guess that you are very familiar with the data visualizations that we see every day in news media. There has been an explosion in the use of graphs, charts, and maps, and diagrams, and infographics in media publications. The reason for that is that these media publications have observed that readers really like information that is presented visually. At the same time, if you're familiar with these kinds of graphics, you may have always wondered, well, how are these things done? All right? And one of the problems that I face in my own classes at the University of Miami, it's some of the students who come to my classes tend to believe that data visualization is sort of like magic. It's something hard to do, it requires the use of very complicated and complex software, and that is only half true. The purpose of this course is to teach you how to do data visualization and to prove that it is not magic. Before we get started though, I would like to show you several projects that I really like and I believe can be inspiring for your own work in the future. The first project is this data-driven story done by Univision Noticias Online. Univision, as you know, is the largest Spanish-speaking TV station in the United States. And this is a project that talks about how Hispanics voted in Florida during the 2016 presidential elections. As you notice, it's a combination of tables, charts, maps of Florida, different kinds of graphical displays combined with text that puts the data in context. The second project that I would like to show you before we start with the actual content of the course is this very beautiful and very recent data-driven story by the Washington Post titled "America is more diverse than ever but still segregated." So again, this is another great combination of beautiful visuals that actually look like modern paintings or abstract paintings, very colorful and very well designed, highlighting the fact, as the title says, that America is a very diverse country. The United States is a very diverse country, but at the same time, particularly in certain places, is also a highly segregated country. So you have a country level map, which you can view as a race map, in which you can see each color represents one of the races, or you can switch this map to a diversity map, and it will show you the level of diversity of each one of the counties in the United States. Later on in this course, you will learn how to create these kinds of graphics. We can do this kind of map with a tool called Flourish, which I'm planning to teach you. Also, you have another section in this same project that talks about the diversity in city by city, so you can see both the less diverse and the most diverse cities, the less segregated and the most segregated cities. And then here at the end, if you scroll down, you have the interactive portion of the project in which you can input your own zip code and get an overview of how segregated or non-segregated your own area is. So I'm going to input my own zip code. That will be 33186 in Florida, in Miami, and this is how my district looks like. Sometimes visualization can be used for artistic purposes or expressive purposes. It can be a little bit more innovative, right? So I would like to talk a little bit about that side of visualization as well. I am right now involved in an ongoing collaboration with the Google News Lab, in which we are partnering up with designers from all over the world. Google gives those designers data, and then Google asks those designers to come up with creative visualizations based on those data. And I work sort of as the middleman, the art director of this project. So the slide over here will show you the link where you can read more about this project, and also the link that will take you to the portfolio of all the projects that we have created so far. There is one of them that I would like to show you though, because it is a lot of fun, and I also did it in collaboration with my friend Shakeen GV, who used to be the graphics director at The Guardian. So Google asked Shakeen if he was interested in doing a collaboration with them, and they asked him, well, what do you want to do your project about? What kind of data you're interested in? And Shakeen replied that he was interested in exploring what people search for in Google when they search for how to do something or how to fix something. So when we search for how to fix what is that? What comes next, right? And based on that, Shakeen created a very, very interesting and compelling project titled How to Fix a Toilet. Because looking into the data that Google provided, Shakeen discovered that one of the most common searches in Google is how to fix a toilet. And Shakeen decided to create this project as a personal essay. So when you read it, when you take a look at it, you will notice that Shakeen begins by confessing that he doesn't know how to fix a toilet. So he's one of those people who search for how to fix a toilet in Google. And you can scroll down and start seeing the project. This is the title, How to Fix a Toilet, and other things that we cannot do with search. You have this very nice and cute animation over here. And if you keep scrolling down, you will get to the actual data visualization, which is this one, right? I'm going to explain what you're seeing over here. Each one of these icons, representing one thing in a common household, represent the number of searches in a particular country for how to fix that particular object. So the bigger that object is, the larger the number of people who search for how to fix that particular item. The pink line that you have surrounding each one of these objects represents the average worldwide interest for searching for that kind of object, how to fix that kind of object. So if you see that the object, this black and white object, is bigger than the pink line, it means that in that particular country, searches for how to fix that object were larger than the worldwide average. And if the object is smaller than the pink outline, it means that searches in that particular country for how to fix that object were smaller than the worldwide interest. Right now, I have not input any country over here, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to move ahead. I'm originally from Spain, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to type in Spain. We search for how to fix, let's say, these things. And you notice that the sizes of all these objects have changed very quickly, right? So, for example, in Spain, people search a lot for how to fit a light bulb, right? This is not how to fix a light bulb, by the way. I don't know how to do that, but it's how to fit a light bulb when the light bulb stops working. I don't know why we search for this anyway, but it's still a lot of fun to discover. We don't search quite a lot for how to fix the refrigerator or how to fix a toilet, right? It's how to fit a light bulb. Right? Anyway, let's search for other countries. This is a lot of fun. I'm going to go over here, and instead of Spain, I'm going to search for example, Russia. Let's see what people in Russia search for when they search for how to fix something. And the patterns will be completely different, because people in Russia, for some reason, when they Google how to fix something, the thing that they search for the most is washing machines. How to fix the washing machine. Washing machine, as you see, it's enormous right now on the display, and all the other objects are become much, much smaller than the worldwide average. Let's search for another country, the United States. If I go over here and search for the United States, you will see that people in the United States, like people in Spain, they search for a lot for how to fit a light bulb when that light bulb stops working. If you don't have any prior experience in data visualization whatsoever, as I mentioned before, all these projects may look to you like magic. You may be thinking, well, I will never be able to create any chart or any map similar to these ones that you're showing to me right now, right? And as I said before, I don't think that is true. I believe, based on my experience as an instructor, that anybody can learn a good data visualization if we learn two different things. First of all, we need to learn several principles, and this is what this first week is about. It's about the main principles of data visualization design. And then we will need to pair these principles with the use of several software tools that you can also learn.